Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lux Ledger series. In this series, we talk about the pulse behind the headlines. We try and peel back the layers of the day's top luxury stories. This particular video is going to be dedicated to the quarterly results. Let's start with Hermes. Hermes surpassed expectations with stellar Q1 growth. In the first quarter of 2024, Hermes has set itself apart by reporting a 17% increase in sales, totaling to 3.81 billion in euros. Hermes' success in this quarter was geographically widespread, with all regions reporting double-digit growth. Japan, in particular, increased sales, and it was reported that there was a 25.2% increase. And this is all despite a slowdown in the traffic in Greater China after the Lunar New Year, and the rest of the Asia also performed well for Hermes, which showed a 13.9% rise in sales. Continuing this further, while Hermes has thrived, its rivals like LVMH have reported modest increase in growth, like 3%, and Kering has faced a decline with revenues dropping approximately 10% in the same period. Hermes' performance, we can say, underscores that its strong pricing power and brand desirability is helping it navigate a slowdown in the luxury sector and setting itself apart in a very competitive landscape. This brings us to the LVMH results. In the first quarter of 2024, LVMH has reported a modest 3% increase in the organic sales. This performance marks LVMH's slowest quarter since the onset of the pandemic in 2020, underperforming against global inflation projections of 5 to 6%. While that is true, there are certain sectors within LVMH like perfumes, cosmetics, and selective retailing which have showed positive growth, and the high-end goods like jewelry and wine also experienced decline. This leads us to Prada. Prada Group has reported strong growth. In the first quarter of 2024, the Prada Group reported a solid increase in the revenues, rising 11% to reach 1.18 billion euros, up from 1.06 billion euros in the same period last year. Prada Group has continued its experience in growth in its retail sales and also saw a 7% increase in the retail sales. And the most important factor for Prada has been Miu Miu. Miu Miu's sales surged by an impressive 89%. And with respect to Prada, almost all geographical markets recorded growth, with Japan showing a remarkable 29% increase in sales. Coming to Valentino. Now, Valentino is going through a phase, it is going through a strategic evolution. And for Valentino in 2023, it experienced a 5% decline in the revenues, dropping to 1.35 billion euros, down from 1.42 billion euros the previous year. And this is all amidst a very challenging environment for the luxury industry. Kering acquired a 30% stake in Valentino, and which facilitated a turnaround in Valentino, the turnaround efforts in Valentino. Given this, Valentino's beauty and fragrance business, however, managed under a licensed agreement with L'Oreal, did see a robust 42% increase in sales, highlighting a very successful diversification strategy for Valentino. Coming to Kering, in the first quarter, Kering reported an 11% decrease in the group revenues, with organic revenues at Gucci down approximately 18% despite the efforts to revive the iconic brand. And by contrast, Kering's eyewear and beauty divisions showed some resilience and recorded a 9% increase in comparable sales. We can say that the luxury market is facing a widespread challenging environment, and particularly from the sluggish conditions in China and the ongoing geopolitical uncertainties. But there are some brands which are performing better, some brands which are not able to cope up, and Kering can be said is one of the brands which is struggling in this environment. This brings us to Zegna. Zegna Group has reported a strong sales growth in Q1 of 2024. Its revenues have increased by 8.1% to 463.2 million euros, and this growth is notably driven by a robust performance in Americas and an impressive surge in the direct-to-consumer sales. And last but not the least, let's come to Bruno Cucinelli. Bruno Cucinelli has shown an impressive growth of approximately 16.5% in sales for Q1. Cucinelli's total revenue soared to 309 million euros. With a remarkable performance across all regions, Europe saw a 13.9% increase, the Americas leapt by 19.5%, and Asia grew by 15%, driven by significant gains in China, Japan, South Korea, and the Middle East. With new boutiques in 2 locations and a freshly inked 10-year deal with eyewear collection with the SR Luxottica, Cucinelli is on a growth trajectory. It also confirmed a 10% growth forecast for the year of 2024. Now that's all that we have for today with respect to the quarterly earnings of various brands. We'll keep improving upon this video as and when more results are announced. We'll add to this video. And do stay tuned in and connect with me on pallavisehgal.com. That's it for today. Thank you so much.